What's up?
Hey, how you doing today?
I'm doing all right. I got some things on my mind that I want to talk with you, and hopefully you guys can join us in at least this discussion, at least mentally, if nothing else.
Okay.
That's something that's kind of been kind of bugging me a little bit, particularly as I talk to folks or hear about discussions with other people. But let's start this thing off by talking about Sex in the City.
Okay.
Okay, do you know
Okay.
that show?
Oh yes.
All right,
Oh
well, I
yes.
don't
Oh
watch
yes.
it.
Okay. Okay.
I don't watch it, but I kind of know the idea of it.
Okay.
And as I understand it, maybe I'm wrong, okay, but as I understand it, that the theme is kind of looking at the sexual exploits, of these ladies and, kind of their relational issues and
Mhm.
drama that
Mhm.
grows out of, dating these men and all these kind of other things,
And their
right?
singlehood.
In their singlehood.
Singleness.
Their
Yes.
singleness,
Yes.
okay,
Yes.
all right. And so I look at this thing and I said, you know what? I don't know if any of those ladies are purporting to be like Christians on the show, but I know that they're Christian men and Christian women, and let's just be honest, some of them not single,
Right. Right.
right, who are living the same kind of lifestyle,
Okay.
right? And so who were kind of like, talking about their exploits and maybe it's not just sex. Sex in the City made it an easy
Mhm.
kind of, jump, springboard into this discussion. It could be, how they view social agendas and issues or
Okay.
how they exercise their vote. I mean, it could be a number of things.
Mhm.
And what I'm getting at is it seems like, now it's really easy for Christians to separate their faith from their worldview or their faith from how they live their life. And they can differentiate between being a Christian and then making certain choices, say, about their, sexual behavior
Okay.
or, they have no problem doing some things that would be morally wrong but may not be legally wrong.
Mhm. Mhm.
And it brings to mind this passage out of Romans that, Paul writes, he says, that I appeal to you, brothers, by the mercies of God, to present your bodies as a living sacrifice, holy and acceptable to God, which is your spiritual worship. And do not be conformed to this world, but be transformed by the renewal of your mind. And so, Jeannetta, as we're talking about this, what is it, that I feel like that we're really being conformed, right? And that on one side, we're claiming the transformation of Jesus Christ, right? That
Right.
I'm not the same old Chris, and you're not the
Mhm.
same old Jeannetta.
Mhm.
But when we're out and about,
Mhm.
when we're doing Chris, you doing, I'm doing me, you doing
Mhm.
you,
Mhm.
whatever,
Mhm.
it looks more like we conformed. What do you think about that?
Well, I think that when we're out, when we don't have the word in front of us 24/7,
All right.
okay, and we out there in the world, then different things come at us.
Okay.
So if you're not that strong individual in the word, then you easily penetrate it.
Okay.
You easily penetrate it. For instance, you go out, you and your girls go out, and a gentleman come up to you, okay, and are you thinking about the word? You should,
Yeah.
but you're not.
Right,
But
exactly.
you're not.
Okay, okay.
You're not. And where does that lead you?
Right.
That lead you to a whole bunch of different avenues.
Well, see, here's my thing. If if a young lady's out, I don't know, we're talking, let's say, to just keep it scintillating, we'll just
Yeah.
say they're married,
Right.
right? A guy comes up to you, that in and of itself is not sinful,
Right.
right? That in and of itself, you out, on a, group date with your homies, or the fact that, you find somebody attractive or
Yes.
somebody comes and talk to you, that's really not sinful,
No.
right? However, as the conversation
That's
progresses
what I'm talking about.
and it starts to take that turn, it seems like something ought to be like, up, this is foul. You know what I'm saying? I need to go in and pump that brake and let me start making this U-turn.
Right.
And I feel like sometimes I wonder, well, go ahead.
But you're not going to do that. because you out there, you like that eye candy.
Right.
Okay, so
right.
we're talking single now.
Yeah, uh-huh.
You like that eye candy.
Right.
You want to get to know that eye candy.
Yeah.
You're not going to pump no brakes.
Well, see, okay, all right, I'll give you that, right? You're going to say, okay, I want to get to know this person. But I would imagine in the middle of that moment, you ain't thinking, wow, what a beautiful brain.
No. Oh, no.
What?
You're looking at all the other brains.
Right. Okay. And I mean, let's just be honest. That's how folks get married.
Yeah.
Okay.
It is.
I mean, that's how folks
You
get
got to
married.
see it first.
Yeah, exactly. You're attracted to it. But let's say this thing kind of goes beyond that.
Right.
And here I am, like I do, I'm wearing my cross, and I know Jesus is my all in all until I found myself in this kind of predicament. Right. There stands before me an opportunity.
Right.
Whether it's a good one or bad one, that's a whole other discussion.
Right.
But it's an opportunity. And what I feel like sometimes is, it's at that moment that I say, Jesus, you understand. Let me go and take this cross off because I got something I need to do.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
Okay, and what is it? Because what is it that people take off their cross, do they dirt, put their cross back on and think it's going to be okay?
Right. Exactly.
What
Like if I take the cross off, all of a sudden Jesus ain't standing over me.
Right. Are you going to
He
break
go
in?
blind all of a sudden.
Are you going to say your prayers before
Right.
you further go into what you
Lord,
get
I
ready
know
to do?
this ain't even right. God, please don't kill me in the process. Lord, but look at her. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Or look at him, or this is my chance.
Right.
I don't get that.
I don't understand it, but let's take this a little further.
Okay.
Let's say the single ladies out there, a single man out there, and you have a young lady that in her career, doing her thing, not married, she's single, of course, and she just want to have a baby.
Oh, Lord.
She want to have a baby. She don't want to get married. Well, she may want to get married, but the guy she with don't want to get married.
Oh, Lord.
So she want to go ahead and have a baby because this may be her last chance.
Yeah, she's 36.
She's 36. She think her biological clock is ticking.
Yeah.
And she thinks that's okay.
Yeah, see, that is really from an emotional standpoint, that's really a difficult place to be in. I mean, because, there's so many other things at work, at play, meaning, let's say like as a 36-year-old woman, and let's say many of your friends have already gotten married.
Right.
So now there becomes this thing, am I desirable? Why doesn't anybody want to be with me? What is it about me that I'm good enough to lay with, but I'm not good enough to marry?
Right.
And so, and those are some painful questions and deep questions that a lot of, not just ladies, even men even, may kind of entertain. But, to get to the point of your question, desiring to have a child is not an unnatural thing. Right? What has happened, I think, is, we have allowed ourselves to be conformed with the idea, that marriage is just some artificial, constraint that those Christians put on you. You don't have to be married to have a baby. Well, we know that because, the reproductive system is not dependent upon the presentation of a marriage license.
Exactly.
You show the license, everything automatically unlocked. No, that's not how it works.
Right.
I mean, it's a biological thing. So no, you don't have to be married. But think about all the drama that comes when you're not.